Hi there, welcome to my views and news. A big announcement by Fano groups, especially Fano groups of Gurjam today. More than 24 hours ago, Ethiopian military launched a major, mainly ground operation against Fano groups, and today Fano responded. Military made some claims about this operation today. So one statement from military and another one from Fano groups, and secondly, we'll talk a little about the return of IDPs from Oromia to from Amhara to Oromia. These IDPs entered Amhara region from Oromia months ago. They've been at IDP camps in Amhara. Now they are returning to their homes against their will. Uh, whether they are on board or not, but they are returning. Hundreds have returned reportedly. Firstly, viewers, more than 24 hours ago, Ethiopian military launched an operation against Amhara Fano fighters. This operation is being conducted by military in different parts of the Amhara region, but North Shoa, South Wollo, and Gurjam, East, West, North Gurjam are the centers of this operation. And to some extent, these are strongholds of Fano fighters too. And all these areas are very strategic in terms of Fano's stated goal, Addis Ababa. Fano groups say that they want to reach Addis Ababa, they want to remove Ethiopian PM Abiy's government. All these areas I mentioned are on the way to Addis Ababa, and they're close to Oromia as well. Fano fighters have been trying to push this conflict in the Amhara region towards Oromia. They have carried out some attacks in Oromia. They're trying to organize and arm Amharas in Oromia too. So that is why military has decided to strike a blow to Fano fighters, decisive blow through this ground operation. Not just ground operation, air support is there too, but no news of any heavy airstrike so far on Fano fighters in this operation. So this is basically mainly a ground operation. Yes, drones will be used, bombers as well, but so far military is now relying on ground operation. What I have learned is that tens of thousands of ENDF soldiers are part of this operation. Uh, by the way, isn't it a change of military strategy? Because if you remember, a few weeks ago, we heard from an Ethiopian top military officer, Muhammad Sima, I think is his name, a journal. And he said that Ethiopian military should find novel ways of engaging Fano fighters. Military should not engage Fano directly. Military should learn from other conflicts, from how other conflicts were resolved. Military should ensure that it does not take on Fano fighters directly, and it uses novel tactics to weaken Fano groups. But now a direct military operation against Fano groups is underway. Uh, Amhara Fanos of East Gurjam have announced to close all roads in Gurjam. Just a few hours ago, the announcement came from Gurjam Fano. Gurjam Fano is relatively organized Fano under a command. I wouldn't say one command, because Skandar was leading APF. Now Skandar is nowhere to be seen in Gurjam. I think Zameen Akasi is the main man when it comes to political decisions, and he has formed an alliance with the commanders in about two former ASF senior officers are also fighting. Colonel level officers are fighting in Gurjam, leading Fano fighters. It's a little complex, but still, I think that Gurjam has sort of organizational unity of Fano groups. So it's going to be a challenge for Ethiopian military to clear Gajam. Fano groups say that they have announced the road closure in entire Gajam because Ethiopian military is using civilian vehicles for transportation of weapons, transportation of troops, transportation of logistics. That is why all roads are being blocked. People are being told to block all roads. And vehicle owners are being advised against travel along the roads in Gurjam, especially roads from Oromia to Gurjam. Two main roads. One passes through East Gurjam, other through West Gurjam. Both roads are being blocked. Meanwhile, the Fano groups in Gurjam are asking the people to continue providing intelligence, providing information about military, about prosperity party leaders to the fighters of Fano groups. This is what is happening in Gajam. I talked to a few people on the ground, and it has been confirmed to me at least, that military is relying on the deployment of large number of ENDF personnel in this operation. Heavy weapons obviously been used. Military wants to outnumber a Fano or fighters. Military wants to clear entire towns and villages through one massive operation against Fano fighters. Will this strategy work? That remains to be seen. Fano groups traditionally had a better intelligence network in the Amhara region. Now, let's see what people do. Will they support Fano groups, or will they support military? Will this stay neutral? That remains to be seen. But I am monitoring this operation, trying to get updates from the ground. I'm not rushing into drawing conclusions. So hopefully, we'll know the fate of this operation in coming days. But it's too early to conclude what is going to happen. Meanwhile, military issued a statement today, Ethiopian military, on its social media page about some gains by military in Gojam. According to the Ethiopian military page, military has secured control of some areas. It has recovered some looted properties, including livestock, looted by allegedly by Fano fighters. The operation was conducted in Echifar and Lebanon, and most of these areas are under military control. But so far, no consolidated, comprehensive statement from military about this operation. I think military has not officially confirmed the start of this operation. I have not seen a statement from military or government too. So it's only through our reporting, our contacts with the people on the ground, that we have been able to confirm that military has launched this operation. Otherwise, no statement from Ethiopian military so far. Only one statement which I mentioned about military's gains in Gajam against Fano fighters. Lastly, with Fano groups have been using IDPs as their propaganda issues. They've been saying that Amharas in Oromia are being killed. They're being expelled from Oromia into Amhara. And thousands of IDPs have entered Amhara from Oromia in recent years. Several IDP camps have been established in Amhara, in Debre Birhan, other parts of the Amhara region. And yes, sometimes Amharas are attacked in Wailaga. Ethnic violence in Wailaga is not a secret. Everyone knows about that. Government now wants to send these IDPs back from Amhara to Oromia. And PM Abiy, in one of his speeches, acknowledged the right of these Amharas to return to their homes in Oromia. And government is implementing what it committed. PMRB committed, and government is implementing that. Dozens of buses carrying IDPs from Debre Birhan, North Shore zone of the Amhara region, have been seen arriving in Oromia in the past 2 to 3 days. These buses entered East Wailaga mostly, and in East Wailaga, these buses are taking the IDPs from Amhara to their homes in East Wailaga. In most cases, they are being dropped off at shelter camps, at shelters, and from where they'll be sent to their homes. Uh, we are seeing a campaign against this move by the government, campaign by pro-Fano element. They're saying that these IDPs fled Valaga because they were in danger there, and against their will, now these IDPs are returning to their homes. Well, I would say that if government wants to ensure safe return of IDPs from Amhara to Rome, it should be welcomed. Why? Because if IDPs leave Valaga out of fear, if they're terrorized and they are scared, and that is why they are leaving Valaga, they don't return, and they don't return. It means that this campaign of terror will continue, and more Amharas will have to leave Valaga. So this is not the solution. Leaving Valaga is not a solution. But if IDPs are returning to Valaga from Amhara, so it would be a message for those who want to expel these Amharas from Valaga that Amharas cannot be expelled from Valaga. So I see it as an important development and a good move from the government. Government wants to deprive Fano fighters from using this IDP issue as a propaganda issue. That is why return of IDPs has started. 800 families have been registered for return in the first phase of this operation, and dozens of buses carrying hundreds of people have arrived in Vailaga from Amhara in the past 2 to 3 days.